Welcome back. Beefstick the Barbarian's adventures continue. Last time we descended into the catacombs beneath Copper Lane and began making our way through. Encountered the person that the Crucible Knights are looking for. He told us his side of the story, and I decided to believe him and let him go. Even gave him some money to help him escape Defiance Bay. Ooh, I got another point of benevolent from that. And he gave me some rabbit gloves, which are pretty cool, raising my critical damage. So, I guess it's pays to be benevolent sometimes. Discovered the way down. Oh, that goes to the Temple of Woodica. Ah, I'm definitely gonna want to visit that. That's probably gonna move the main story along when I go there, but I'm gonna explore the rest of this area first.
Your will, Watcher.
Uh-oh. Can I get out of there? I didn't do it a lot of damage. Just let that thing play out.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
That acid dissipate.
Your will, Watcher.
Come on, Matilda.
Something over there.
Oh, that was close. Gotta watch out. There are a lot of traps in this passage. What do we have here? More skeletons, maybe? Nobody so far. There we go. Heligothane and the Revenant. Well, they're not attacking me yet, but they might. So, let's get Beefstick out here.
I'm ready.
Gina here.
Huh?
Get my man. They're here. Get myself ready.
Yes? What?
And let's reveal ourselves. Its haggard visage is a labyrinth of wrinkles and sores overgrown by a moss-like beard. What's this? Who disturbs Helix work? Its voice rattles and gurgles like that of a drowning man. I was just exploring the catacombs. The figure aims a gnarled finger at the door. Then go, and thank your gods I'm not hungry. If there's something else, be on your way. What are you doing down here? Research. A hodgepodge of animancy and necromancy. I have peace and quiet as well as an abundant supply of subjects. What are those creatures behind you? Just a few personal projects. Sorry souls stuck in their mortal shells. Their flesh is as dead as mine, though their minds are not as well maintained. They flock to me like worms to drakes. They're not half as intelligent, but he watches one stumble into a desk. They serve for amusement. Alright, well, best of luck with you and your animancy. Dusted cobwebs have been swept aside for various alchemical implements. Though coated with rust and grit, they look recently used. Scattered, feverish notes detail various animantic procedures and rites of necromancy.
Yes.
Well, would that be stealing if I took whatever that is? I can't. Can't I do that? It's not a living. No? Tarnished locket. This silver locket is dented and tarnished. A faded portrait of a young nobleman still rests inside. His face has been worn away by time. Is that? It's not attacking me. Yeah. A grim assortment of rusty blades adorns the table. Alright, well, best of luck to you and your undead friends.
Slowly now.
Ah, again. Move. Luckily that doesn't do that much health damage. Another trap. Just one area left. Up there.
And what does the flame reveal?
Wait. Right. Looks like both those stairs go to the same place. And just make sure there's nothing else down here. Oh yeah, that's true. That's camping supplies. More memorials. Yet more memorials. And even more memorials. Wow. That's a lot of these things. H.G. Wells, I told you so, you damned fools. A. Smith, a man out of time. The flame flickers yet remains. The next trail awaits. Alex Black, thank you for keeping the spirit of Western RPGs alive. Doran the Dim, never before was a paladin so foolish, who would not tell the good from the ghoulish. Doran the Demon, may the betrayal and blood follow him for eternity. R. Pace, always the sharp sword. Andrew C. If you're reading this, I spent too much on Kickstarter. Drog, where shall I find you? You, my grotesque fellows, that I seek everywhere to make up my band. R.I.P. Bowles Brood. Angelica, level 1 through 5. I wonder what the switch is for. Matthias, level 1 through 1. Come on, it's just a skeleton. Martin, level 1 through max. I'm invincible. Peter, level 1 through 3. This orc looks nice. Let's talk to him. Christian E-Touch Batagalo. Journey through famous gates of coastal lands, bracing icy mountains at the end of the world, amid the many dimensions of the multiverse, in search of my inner self. Fortunately, an endless journey. J. Appel, only the dead have seen the end of war. As a slave frees himself from his chains only to find he is bound by a stronger set of chains. Here lies T.E. the Overspender. If you are reading this, then I am gone. I have fought many dragons and visited the deepest dungeons. Alas, my wife appears to have found out how much I spent on this memorial. Have a beer for me. Darren Valance. He gave of himself so that the world might live. Eric L. Novales. Forever at home and at ease with family. Eric Fate. Old, not wise, just worried. Eric Parsons. Ventured forth before gathering his party. Warren Powell. Fairy Hunter. With the passage of time, even the most vivid memories fade. Whether that's a blessing or a curse, well, that depends on the memory. Andrew Morsund. Antiquis temporibus nati tibi similes rupibus ventosis simis exponebantur ad nacem. Kelly Katea Bristol. Remember that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting instant. All the rest of his life is either past and gone or not yet revealed. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 310. Kavjo Cavazos. Kavjo was the legendary god slayer. Some stories have been told that he wanders the land searching for his next victim. Others say he's dead. No one knows for sure. You may be next in his list. Hata Takushi, a mage of knowledge on a quest forever. He would voyage through Praxis without delay, finally yielding in stasis. He proclaimed to whomever, "May the bridges I burn light my way." CDX. From the shoulders of giants he tried to look ahead, but didn't see the branch that passed and banged his head. Christopher Lake. George has been my DM since I was 10 years old. 30 years later, I'm still playing his games. I'm proud to support Pillars, and I'm elated to see it happen. Willis Kelly. To my friend that shared many a D20 RPG and the good times we've had. Icy hills, pizza runs, blow breakers, arguments, jokes, duels, flirtings, drinks, and more drinks. Willis Irishti, Chronic, etc. Sidney Felix Wolfram. Scowl! Cutrand. Once unseated, twice retreated, thrice defeated, never conceded. Little bird. We were supposed to be your guardians. We failed our duty, but you paid the price. May your souls rest with the gods. Dilemma Akuzoda. Give and spend, and Obsidian will send. Sir G. Cute little rabbit, mostly harmless. Chris Woodard. In memory of my father, Charles Douglas Woodard. Helge Ingvoldstad. Nothing seems to be written on this memorial stone at first glance, but you eventually see there's something barely readable written on the stone. Please go find Bladferus, the innkeeper. Deagle. I think people can generally trust me, but they can trust me exactly because they know they don't have to. Linus Torvalds. Damon 451. He died as he lived, surrounded by family, books, and good games. Deathhawk. Here lays Deathhawk, a young explorer that fell prey to the trap that he was setting to catch his prey. Daniel Einspanger. I only frown when I'm Umopapisen. Stormy. Sometimes endings are really just the beginning of something new, something more amazing. Peter Korch. Be kind to animals, don't eat them. Now, corgis are great. Alopinu. My class is Rogue. You look surprised to see me. If you'd been paying attention, you might still be alive. John Mitchling. Keep your mouth shut. They might think you are a total idiot, but they can never prove it, as long as you keep your mouth shut. Anthem Physicist. Hope this brings you tons of joy and happiness. I wish the best for you and all your kin. Empty. He's the best around. Nothing's ever going to keep him down. Sun Praxa Shanthasusat. Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear. Oystein Wig. Flectera si nequeo superos acaronta movebo. Alexander G.V. Don't panic. Sir Bit Joker. He did not believe in miracles. He relied on them. Gillen. While soldiers meet in hope for strife, and focus spills twixt hill and plain, danger itself begins to prey. Hope remains whilst prayer lives. One perfect moment is all to stop eternity. John the Detective. There is death in the clouds, there is fear in the night, for the dead in the shrouds hail the sins turning flight, and chant wild in the woods as they dance round the Yule altar, fungus and white. Bernardo de Medici. Service in all things to the Republic of the Silver Sun. Kai. Galadan. Jarrett Ritter. We are all adventurers in the great landscape of life. Be aware of those around you, but never stop exploring what life has to offer. Never give up on your own happiness and never lose hope. Antti Oskari Kilmanen. Reign in Chaos. Another memorial. Chuck. We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us. Aaron James Satoshi Cole. The ocean's bed. I walked upon the pavement till I observed the passing stone roll against the gutter as if to be alone. This stone had no specific color or hue that I could see to make it specially distinguished by its society. Perhaps it was not as rigid, a bit rounder than the rest, yet I could presume no reason to regard it any less. It was neither sharp nor jaded, but rather smooth on top, so I quickly cupped my hand and drew the fellow up. He seemed to quake and quiver as he looked beneath a tree. I saw the others looking up, or cursed. Jesus Christ, how long is this thing? I'm not even reading the rest of that. Frederick Western, in memory of my beloved brother, a man not made for this earth but made for heaven. If I'm going to read like a billion of these, I'm not reading any of these things that are like 20 paragraphs long. Das einzig wahre Schnitzel. Edward. Fantasy is about strange creatures doing things that we cannot understand, lurking in exotic locations that do not exist. Willow. Wolf Stag. Too many bugs in here. Let me out. Wandor. Ancient warrior from a dark age rest here. But if the grave is empty, watch your back. Josh Hancock. If there's anything that I have learned in my travels, it is that many things may change the nature of a man. Regret, love, revenge, or fear. Whatever you believe can change the nature of a man can. Matthew S. Bombard. Unforgettable hero and adventurer. Good charisma, but poor constitution. Xerxos. His last words were, "Here, hold my potion." Zune. Ishtar Gran Theon. Veiled by night, shade among shadows, still enduring, yet to grow strong. Dushan Tau Rineth. There's nothing you can't handle when you use your mind. Yaska the Eternal Watcher. In memory of Yaska, the Eternal Watcher of the Scrolls of Lore. He came, he fought, he bled, and he survived. He wrote the lore and continued his journey without destination. Nati Tain. Paladin of St. Waidwin, she fought valorously in battle before being struck down by a poisoned arrow, killed in her prime. Eves, unknown source. Your all-knowing eyes shine like stars, giving me guidance. Your warm, gentle smile gives strength to my soul. Your undying love gives wings to my triumph. My love to you gives me the courage to conquer all odds. Geo Carpenter. Everybody spells my name wrong.
Now this I haven't seen before.
Disarmed it. Yep. Ring of Unshackling. Suppress Affliction. Okay. What should I have? Well, she's already wearing 2 rings. I just got a ring. He's wearing 2. She doesn't have any. Well, you could use a ring. There you go.
Tell me.
She could do twice per
Good.
rest.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Alright. Well, looks like it's time to go to the Temple of Utica.
Margaret's fire castle.
Hey now. Older robed man. In front of you looms the ghostly, hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. He casts a pale, sickly light in the dank corridor as he regards you. Yes, I remember this guy.
You are from Kratom, my boy.
His words are an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it, as if it has always been. Came to live there years ago.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom. What made you decide to join our order?
The world needs to know about the true gods.
Remember never to be discouraged by those who cling to their beliefs. They are worthy of our pity, not our scorn. Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
I am. So is that was from a past life? I'm assuming?
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Oh. These guys can see me and they're not attacking me. What's up here?
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
That looks like a secret passage, but I bet it only opens from the other side.
Now this I haven't seen
Oh,
before.
maybe not. Aha! Very good. What do we have here? Yikes! And caught that trap a little too late. Oh well.
And what does the flame reveal?
That was the.
Now this I haven't seen.
I figured the sarcophagus would be trapped. Alright, another ring. Another ring of unshackling. Alright, looks like someone else is now gonna get suppressed affliction. Alright, so. He's already wearing a ring of affliction. Oh, suppress affliction. I suppose it would make sense to put on endurance. Can't very well be healing if he's paralyzed or something, or maybe not as well anyway. Well, if he's paralyzed, he can't use the ring, though. Maybe better for Alof, so he can't get, like, blinded or stuff. Alright. You think you hear the faint sound of whispering coming from the skulls, but the words are unintelligible. Alright, well, let's, I'm assuming this is the entrance to the temple. Hello, gentlemen. Half mash. The mercenary eyes you warily as you approach, his weapon ready. What are you doing here? You don't look like one of that masked lot. Take care, Watcher. This one's mind is edged. He seeks to know your purpose. So I could attack him. I could try to bribe him. Let's just talk to him. Since you don't know, you clearly don't belong here. Well, looks like we're fighting. The guard whistles sharply and you hear shouts of alarm in the distance. Well, then you're getting shot is what's happening. Half mash.
That's no. Okay.
There you go.
Hey.
Quay?
Yeah?
What?
How may I help? Ah, got him!
Hey.
Yeah?
See
Tell
there, half
me.
mash. You would have been much better off if you just let me pass.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed. Indeed.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Mercenary, mercenary, mercenary. Well, this one looks like a spellcaster, so he's gonna get shot. Kaboom!
Huh? Huh?
Quay?
Another spellcaster, huh?
Hi?
What?
Lava will be on seek. Hi?
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed. Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Hi?
What?
Huh?
I'm ready. Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed. Your will, Watcher.
Anything useful in these grimoires? Nope. And nope. Into the stash they go. Actually, she doesn't have enough floor to cast that. What am I doing? Well, now, what do we have here? Someone getting shot is what we have.
Hey.
Yeah?
Tell me.
That guy was determined to get by my fighters and get to Grieving Mother. Didn't work out too well for him.
Hey.
I mean, he managed to get by her, but
Quid?
didn't get to do anything when he got there.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Alright, then Novice's Grimoire is just going to be another one like the other ones, I'm sure. Like the last two I got. By the deeds of my tongue and... Oh, that's not it. An initiate, huh? Well, Mr. Initiate... You're in for a very, very rude awakening. I'm not even gonna let him turn around. You're just getting shot in the back. Bye! Damn. That was brutal.
Time to see and not be seen.
I can do that. That's settled.
A book lies on the table, its pages filled with some kind of unintelligible cryptography. The Fangs. As I have stated, not much is known about this group by the world at large because they don't welcome outsiders into their numbers. While many believe they are xenophobic and openly hostile to all who enter Air Glenfath, the truth doesn't seem to be as broad or deadly, and certainly not that simple. There are many places in Air Glenfath that could be called magical or sacred to the Glanthathans. One legend states that the Engwithans, who had suddenly abandoned their kingdom and left for places unknown, took the time to guide the ancient Glanthathan tribes into the now vacant land. The Glanthathans were gifted with the fertile area as their new homeland, but in return for being given such a gift, an oath was required. The Glanthathans were instructed to protect the Engwithan ruins until such time as they could return and reclaim the ruins. They were required to swear that no living person, including the Glanthathans themselves, would be permitted entrance into the ruins. Differing accounts suggest that the Glanthathans were promised more than a homeland, and the Engwithans were the favored people of the gods, and that keeping their oaths would confer similar benefits to the Glanthathans in the end. Oddly, the rules do not seem to apply as strictly within the borders of Twin Elms, a site built upon a large concentration of Engwithan structures, but it would seem that this is unlikely a selective oversight on the part of the Glanthathans, and more probably a part of the terms of the original compact. In any case, the Glanthathans came to take their role as guardians seriously, revering the sites and developing rituals designed to protect and guard the ruins. Over time, these rituals became rote formality to some, as much legend and superstition as any other stories passed down. This is not to say the Glanthathans ceased all attempts to uphold their oath. See the section about the 10-year treaties in the book about Admeth Hadret. But the intense devotion to the oath tended to vary from tribe to tribe and clan to clan. Not so with the Fangs, however. The Fangs are a group joined not by the ties of kinship or even community, but of belief. Of all the groups of Air Glanfaf, it is the Fangs who seem the most intent on keeping the promise their ancestors made to the Ingwithans. Just because their fanaticism and zeal are not as widely sweeping as many think does not make them any less dangerous. The Fangs are not known to reason with those they view as transgressors. If they feel you have in any way violated the sanctity of a sacred space, their judgment is swift and exact. Reports of the Fangs' attacks can be found in records dating back to the first colonial explorations of Air Glanfaf, and even the smallest of a perceived slight can be worthy of execution. The order itself seems to consist mainly of hunters. Whether they are recruited as skilled hunters or trained once they gain access to the order, it is unknown. From all accounts, once they join the Fangs, hunting game falls second behind patrolling Air Glanfaf and protecting the ruins, so it's the author's opinion that it is the former. Read this. So which one of these guys do I want to just kill outright? Maybe this archer looking guy?
Que?
Huh?
What?
Don't chase after him, Palagina.
Tell me.
Just take a new target.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Yeah?
What's up with Eder swinging at midair after the battle's already over? Just kind of a little, gotta get some aggressiveness out of your system there, buddy? Going back to missile.
How may I help?
Your will, Watcher.
Quickly and quietly.
I have a feeling I was maybe supposed to be doing this earlier, or expected to be doing this earlier, because so far these fights have been a piece of cake. I'm just steamrolling these opponents. Maybe level 7 is a bit beefed up for this area, but that's the wonder of a game that doesn't level scale. You can wander into somewhere too tough, or you can get super powerful and stomp enemies. Allah falters and brings a hand to his forehead. He takes a staggering step forward, coughing and sputtering. Is he sick?
Back, ye clod! Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted!
Alav, hey, now's not the best time for that. He grimaces, catching his breath. It's nothing. I'm fine. He coughs again. This probably isn't the best place to linger anyhow. We're gonna have to talk to him about that. Behind the door. Okay. Let's get into proper formation.
Hope you're not expecting much.
Fine.
What?
I think this will be the best way to do it. So we have a shrouded woman and a shrouded man. Well, he survived getting volleyed, but he's almost dead.
Yeah?
Quit?
Ah, beef stick's confused. That sucks. How long is that gonna last? 3.3 seconds. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Quit?
Yes?
And I'm gonna drop a fireball about here. See how they like that.
Yeah?
Aye?
What?
Blew that dude apart. Alright. Lay down a healing circle.
Aye?
I think another fireball is on the menu. Here. Boom! Sweet, got him, and him. Nice. That guy's toast.
Quit?
Algae's gonna finish that chump off soon.
Yeah?
I don't even know where Beefstick is. I can't even see him. I'll have him go after this guy.
It's no use.
Oh, he's stuck behind this shrouded guy. Okay.
I need something stronger.
shrouded woman. Crumpled at your feet lies the body of a woman. She wears a dark robe that bears an insignia resembling a key. As you approach the woman's body, feeling of rage assaults you. The dead woman's voice howls in your ears, and her lingering consciousness rends at yours. Her essence tingles through your bones and membranes. It fills the spaces between your ears and behind your eyes, clawing deeper into your core. You see a gathering of men and women wearing robes like hers, their faces behind masks. One by one they approach her, whom they know as an acolyte, and she places her hand on each of their foreheads, searching their thoughts. She tests them with ritualistic questions, and they answer that their oath is sealed by the leaden key. She asks them of their tasks. She gives them new ones, all without a word. Let's see if I can see the tasks. Her essence flares, fighting to boil your blood, burn your memory, and splinter your bones from within. Yet between its strikes you see flashes of something else, a tower, a prisoner, and a ruin. You funnel all your concentration into a single effort of will, a sharp point that pins the raging soul in place like an insect in a display case. With the thing under control, you're able to examine it and the three thoughts swirling inside. See the prisoner. In your mind, you see a building, magnificent, with trellises and tiles and located on a pristine boulevard. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin. Yet it also houses misery and sadness. Somewhere within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted but his eyes alert. He watches and waits, a prisoner by choice. Examine the tower. You see a palimpsest of a neighborhood. Run-down estates are cobbled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets, and in the tower a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can't see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him. Somewhere nearby you see a woman with a scar over her heart. You understand that she has something he needs. You also see a door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper. But then the acolyte reveals the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and you understand how the copper veins convert a command into action. You know how to open the door. Look into the ruins. The acolyte's vision takes you out of Defiance Bay and to a town in the wilderness with a watermill. A signpost on one of the paths reads Durford. I've been there. Several figures huddled together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruin suddenly looms in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in the mountainside. Is that the ruins I was in? Or is there another set of ruins there?
Hey.
I'm ready.
What?
To me, my thoughts shall shield you.
A dark mask bearing the stylized countenance of Woodica is attached by thread to a black hood. Worn together, they obscure most of the defining features of the wearer's head. Key. A lead key covered in dark blue-hued patina.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Whether by design or by consequence, of the sputtering candlelight, the hooded statue's face is almost impossible to see. There's a switch there, isn't there? Well, before we do that, devotees have placed assorted keys, their teeth filed away among the runnels of wax. Torque of Defiance. Only usable by Ranger. Alright, so this is for Sagani. Defiance, plus 10 defense against Charm, plus 10 defense against Confused, plus 10 defense against Dominated of Concentration, plus 10 Concentration. That's a pretty cool necklace for Sagani. And that's a super sneaky way out. Ooh, does this go to Heritage Hill? Nope. This comes out here. Oh, there, Ghost.
A moment, please. I feel I should explain myself.
Yes, I will talk to you in 1 second, Alov. Nothing new to say here.
About my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
So tell me now. He clasps his hands together, slowly massaging a knuckle with his thumb. I mean no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolved the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
He sighs. Oh, is that why he got all and was doing at the very beginning when I found him and spitting insults at people? That was his like alter ego, the soul he shares. He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Tell me about Isilmir.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen.
He winces, his expression rippling between control and chaos.
Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get his gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
His face flickers with a sly grin. He grimaces, running his hands through his hair. I have none of her memories. Barav spared me that much. But her coarse manners and intolerable hill speak suggest the provincial from a very, very long time ago. I kind of like his alter ego. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, when the fuse has burned and teeth are on edge. And when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge a situation. She just acts. Sounds like you could take a few cues from her. That's what I say, but my character will say, she seems reckless. That's it exactly. You recall the way she goaded those villagers in the Gilded Vale. Yep, I knew it. She doesn't think and she doesn't back down, and trying to suppress that has been my problem for years. Why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meowald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
He shakes his head. He looks up at you. Is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although...
He purses his lips into a thin, crooked line. He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back. Minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
We've already been to the sanitarium, but you want to go back there? That's fine. We can go there. If it's helpful to you, we'll go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Let's talk about something else. I'd like to know more about Isolmir. Such as, when did she awaken? My father was a strict man. He expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. His face became strong. At times, he could be rather adamant, particularly when he'd been drinking. Isolmir manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specifics, only that he was more careful with me after that. You said that you'd learned to hide her a long time ago. My mother instructed me to keep her a secret after she first emerged. She feared that knowledge of my awakening would render me an outcast. Even though Isolmir proved useful against my father, I trusted my mother's advice, and I've since come to see the wisdom behind it. Merwold is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Could I talk directly to her? He gives you a taut frown. Her usurpations are uncomfortable enough. I'm not eager to invite her into my consciousness more than necessary. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Alright. Alright, well, you want to go to the sanitarium? Let's go to the sanitarium.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
I should have left through it. Why am I walking all the way here? It doesn't matter which exit I leave through. Sanitarium's in Brackenberry, right? It's Brackenberry, I'm pretty sure. I think. Well, let's just go there. Yes, there it is. She's
Hail,
still out here, huh?
traveler.
Wademan's legacy refers to the rise in hollow-bored children in the Durwood in recent years. Some have also connected it to the so-called biowags that blow through air gland path. There's hardly any reliable data on those, though, so I can't really comment. She sniffs. I don't much care for the term Wademan's legacy. It reeks of superstition, but it's too prevalent to change at this point. Personally, I'd like to see people take a more methodical approach to these matters, rather than throwing up their hands and blaming the gods. Don't think their Woodens would see too much fun in that. Anything else? No, that's it. Thank you for your time. Probably not Audmer.
How do you do?
Do you know anything about awakenings? I'm afraid that's not my area of expertise. Could you, point me in the direction of someone with said expertise? Help a guy out? Lands. What do you know about awakenings? Not much, I'm afraid, but the sanitarium attracts experts from all over. I'm sure someone here can help you. Alright. Downstairs I go. I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. She laughs bitterly. Hack, that would be me. Though the lack of research subjects has made me more of an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer Animancy's success in buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose souls have already awakened, but I need subjects, and most of the patients here are too broken to produce reliable results. It is a tragedy to have come so far for nothing. You're in luck. I have a volunteer. She springs to the balls of her feet, beaming. Galarde, who is it? Alof's lips curl into a frown. I don't know about this. She grins more broadly still. Don't be silly. The process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in that cage. I beg your pardon? I jest. You Adurans are so uptight. I do not even know what the thing is used for. It belonged to the last occupant of this office, I think. Now they upgrade him to a cell. Again, I jest. Ah, I like her. She rubs her hands together, getting down to business. So, I need you to sit here. She takes Alof by the shoulders and steers him to the couch. And try to relax. But don't try too hard. Then you will not be relaxing. Indeed. His eyes are humorless. And you must also wear these. A little cold, but the copper will help conduct your essence. The Animancer fastens thick copper bands to Alof's forehead and wrist. As she ratchets them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. Now, I will examine your soul through my scope. She reaches into her desk and produces a long chambered tube. Knobs, dials, and small, toothed wheels run along the side of the device. It is fitted with Adro lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. By manipulating them, I can find the angles and densities that will allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. Does this mean we'll get to talk to Isomi more? I like that lady. Me and you both, Adair. Me and you both. His mind is full of hesitations, angles upon angles. Drawing him out of his own fears will be difficult. She raises a finger. But first, we must find this cunning interloper. You will answer some personal questions while I make adjustments. Good luck. You'd have an easier time getting straight answers out of a drunk priest of Whale. Alof squirms on the couch. Very well. She holds the scope to her eye and flicks a knob. To begin, tell me something personal. Something from a time before your awakening. There's nothing to tell. I was just a normal child living in this Sithwood. He looks to you. His face is set in a frown, but the rigid edges of apprehension show through nevertheless. What do you remember about your home? As you speak to Alof, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. It tolls softly, luring him into the mist of his own memory. Belisage doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing his essence, untangling its many threads. He closes his eyes. Comfortable, modest, quiet when Mother is away, which is most of the time. Quiet enough to hear the clink of glass on wood. This is when I know to be most careful. Father is good about hiding the bottles. Mother, when she is home, is good at pretending not to notice them. This is good. I'm starting to see something. Continue. Tell us about the time you awaken. She bites her tongue as she twists one of the dials. I am in my 5th year of training. Mother is home. I can let my guard down a little because when she is around, he's usually only angry with her. But he has heard that I have had troubles casting missiles, that my flame shields are unstable. He is furious that I have failed, and Mother's presence reminds him that he has failed too. The first blow takes me by surprise. One moment I am sweeping the kitchen, the next I am sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at flecks of my blood on the tile. His boots, glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up to shield my vitals. But it's pointless. Protecting one thing only leaves something else exposed. Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until the vision of the kitchen and my own trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against the field of black. His jaw locks and his eyes twitch beneath their lids. Madicio! Belsage furiously cranks the knob along her scope. He's hypnotized himself with this old memory. You've got to bring him out of it quickly. I almost have it. Squeeze Alof's hand. You're safe. Everything's fine. Alof's eyes snap open, but the expression you see in them isn't his. He's ne'er safe when I hap upon him. Ah, yes, it's the lady. I like her. Belisage sucks a deep breath through her teeth. That's it! I'm seeing a shift in his essence. Something spreading and congealing. She glances at you over her scope. Keep talking. He seems to respond to you. What brought you here? Cracking bones and voices high in ire. That warm molasses feeling that creeps down your gut when crisis is nigh. That's different. Perfetto. What have flares of a totally distinct essence? We have flares of a totally distinct essence. She jolts shorthand notes onto the pages next to her and turns one clicking knob of her scope. Now try to get the two of them talking. Isolmir, tell Alof why you've awakened. Fie, he's the one needed me, hiding in his own bone bag like a turtle in its shell. Alof's face twists in fury. I never turned it over to you. Good. Yes, very good. She rests from her scribbling only to make another adjustment to her scope. I can now see two separate patterns of essence. Where he ebbs, the other flows. It's as if the awakened soul fills the spaces that he leaves empty. She prompts you with a circling of her wrist, quill still in hand. Go on. Alof, what's this about ceding space to Isolmir? He grits his teeth painfully. I've given her nothing. She usurps me in my own body. Aye, and I lend him a pair, too. You should ask what I did at that old man of his. How the last time he laid a hand on us, I break it in 3 places. Alof's head jerks to the side. That wasn't your decision. It's never been your decision. Nah, I was awakening, but now I'm stuck with you, and damned if I let you ninnying drag us both through the scupper. Ach, very good. She lowers her scope and consults her notes. I think I finally got something we can work with. I've tracked Isolmir's essence through the exchange. She had a particularly high density index during the most heated portions of their argument, and her essence seemed to localize most clearly in the lower portion of the subject's left rib cage. That's right around the spleen, which of course means she's triggered by black bile. No doubt the subject's characteristic melancholy is to blame. Alof blinks back at you, and in the midst of his perturbation, you're not quite sure who's looking out of his eyes. That's utter horse shit. How gracious. She glares at him. Yes, never mind my years of training. I suppose you have a better explanation. You're close. I think Isolmir's appearances are related to potential sources of trouble for Alof. Belisage carefully scratches her jaw, her gaze darting between you and Alof. I suppose that could be true. She jots another note. I have to check this against other research. He removes the copper bands. Well, and good for you. But what does this mean for me? Belisage frowns at her notes, tapping her cheek with a quill and making a grand show of concentration. However, you catch her stealing a glance at you over the pages. I like you so. She did you a favor by dealing with your father, didn't she? I think she's trying to help you stand up for yourself. You may not like her methods, but you should hear her out. If you had to listen to her half as much as I do, you wouldn't say that. He scowls, but you notice something thoughtful in his frown. I've got a lot to process. Regardless, thank you for your help, Beefsteak. He does not look at Belisage. Yeah, I think they need to. They're part of each other, whether they like it or not. They need to learn together. I think he can benefit from her, as long as he can keep her under control and control when she comes out, because she gives him guts and the ability to just. Sometimes you just need to lash out at somebody. There are times for that. She sets her notes on her desk and returns to her scope. Well, I hope that this has been as useful to you as it has been to me. I finally have material worth publishing. You'll be the toast of Revua. Fentre Alaf. His grimace melts into a crooked smile. Aye, advancing the right-wise principles of animancy. Just what I've always wanted. As you turn to leave, you catch a darting movement out of the corner of your eye. Belisage is humming to herself, still occupied with her scope, but Alaf is holding her notes. He's just about to tuck them into his cloak when he catches you watching. He holds a finger to his lips, his eyes wide and imploring. Please, I don't want my personal information published like this, especially not after her nonsense. No, I'm gonna be honest. No, you get your explanation and she gets her research. That was the deal. He slides the papers back onto the desk, giving you a rueful look. I'm not gonna help you explain this one, scholar boy. Alright. Major adventure completed. Sagani returns to Stronghold with money and items. Spoils await in the Great Hall Treasury. Nice. And my construction, 2 days, 23 hours. Alright. Well, this was a super...